We have Goody, the purple Terran, the master of that mech style of play, spawning at the southern position of the map. And PandaTank, his Protoss opponent, in the green on the green map. We have him spawning at the north.
Well, you know, I'd have a bigger problem with orange on a green map, seeing that I'm slightly colorblind there. But yes, we do in fact have the orange on green just doesn't work. But that's highly unimportant right now because the players seem to be quite considerate with stuff like that. Both players looking to be playing pretty standard here. It looks like PandaTank's not going to be blocking off his ramp. Some players actually like to do that, and against someone like Goody, you know, I actually wouldn't say it would be a bad thing blocking your ramp off because he loves those Hellions. And having those blue flame Hellions in your mineral line, ouch.
Yeah, indeed. Something I just want to point out for those who may not be able to see the slight intricacies of what's going on here. PandaTank forced some of his drones to get that mining pair going on, and the 2 minerals closest to his nexus. That is a real pro move.
Yes, there's actually so much like going on in the community about that kind of thing at the moment with mules and dropping them on the further patch. You always have to drop your mules on the further away patches, else they actually die and waste one batch of minerals, something like that. There's a big calculation thread up on Team Liquid. Check that out if you're interested. But in this game right now, we've got gas coming down for Goody already. He lives off gas. This guy loves his gas, and he's got his first racks coming up.
Indeed, now we have PandaTank scouting that closest by air position first. Goody doing exactly the same as well, moving around clockwise through the map. Both players will find out their opponents obviously aren't there and will know exactly what's going on. There's only 2 potential spawning locations for these guys. Goody should be getting his orbital command, anything like now that perhaps just finished. And there goes that OC as well as that first Marine. So very, very standard, straightforward gameplay out of Goody at the moment. In camp, PandaTank, again, fairly standard stuff. That 1 gateway into Cybernetics core, and it's all good from here.
Yeah, the timing on that Marine is absolutely impeccable. It's going to come out just in time to take that scout out. Some stutter step micro there. Will he get it down? Oh my goodness, so close. But we know that probe won't be coming back in here anytime soon.
PandaTank doing the smart thing there. A lot of players will just do, rubbish, and right-click back to their base, which would mean that probe will run right the other side of this cliff. PandaTank, knowing what's going on, moves it well away from there, so that Marine cannot deal any damage to it. Faction going down for Goody, positioned right next to this barracks as well. So once he's got enough gas, he may very well get that reactor down and get the old swish through, getting those early Hellions out, which he knows that it is quite effective.
Yeah, incredibly early factory once again. We always actually see that from Goody. It's pretty typical from him. And here goes a supply depot on the ramp from Goody. Obviously just to get a bit of sight there. Who knows? He might want to block it off later. I very much doubt that actually. But PandaTank's still just hanging around there. He wants to see if anything funky is coming out. He did spot that gas up though, so he should know that there's no fast expand coming.
Yeah, now we have a sentry on the way now for PandaTank. I believe, aside from that,
wow.
the only offensive unit he'll have out, so he has completely missed that. But is getting his own expansion. Meanwhile, Goody taking up a starport at the moment. No battles yet on any destruction.
You know, I think Goody's going to punish PandaTank really hard for doing this. Goody does in fact have this SCV in PandaTank's base. PandaTank's going to be he's going to be frightened by this. How did that SCV get in here? Where did it come from? Does he have magical powers? Because PandaTank did in fact think that SCV did leave his base. So Goody having a good look around. He saw both gas. Ooh, Stalker just picking around here at Goody's ramp as well.
Yeah, indeed. Now we've got plenty of action all over the place. Look at this bunker placement front here as well. That will mean that any sort of zealot pressure trying to rush up the ramp will be shut down fairly easily. We've got multiple Hellions here, and the Marine going out to try and engage that Stalker. Not the greatest move. The Stalker does outrange the Marine. And look at that, Goody taking 1 fully health Marine out of the bunker just to make sure you put in the one on low health. That's the sort of stuff you need to be doing.
Yeah, most definitely. Goody has spotted this Nexus going up. He does see it just finishes for PandaTank. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of pressure from Goody soon. He does in fact have a lot more combative units out at the moment. He's got a lot more Hellions coming out, more Marines coming out. Ooh, that Stalker needs to get out of there.
It does indeed. That's a little bit of danger. The Marines actually a little bit of step micro from Goody, able to do some damage to that. And the Hellions catch up and kill that Stalker. We have a robotics facility going down, so 3-gate robo after the expand for PandaTank. Will want to get another couple of gateways on now, I imagine, to that 5 or 6 gateway count.
Ah, interesting. Here comes Goody's own command center, and we're about to see a drop.
Yeah, but PandaTank is moving around with a load of probes. That's a little bit on the odd side of things. I'm not entirely certain what the crack is with that.
I think he was sort of overthinking things a little bit. I think he expected that group, that force of goodies, just to move straight up and attack him immediately, but it didn't happen. I suppose he must have been totally disappointed that the attack didn't arrive just then.
Yeah, he would have felt extremely ghostly had he been that prepared for it. There is a drop though coming to arrive somewhere on the eastern side of PandaTank's base now. Goody, not one that's necessarily known for his drop play, but it's certainly something he's easily
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, wow, PandaTank look at that, he actually warped a Stalker in before the drop was visible, so he obviously knew something was coming. The Marines are in now.
Whoa, he just evacuated all of his probes from there straight way down to the natural weather is. Of course, these Hellions and they already in that workers kill count 13, 15 now in favour of Goody, up to 16, and this is disastrous for PandaTank. That run down there into his natural was probably the worst thing he could have done under these circumstances, in fact.
Yeah, that was absolutely terrible.
Look at the
17.
That Zealot, those two Zealots killed a single Marine out of that. That was it. Goody now picking up left poor Johnny the Marine down there, and he's going to have to get that medevac out of the way because there is an observer. It does snipe off that medevac.
Ouch.
So Goody caught sleeping there.
A pretty much full medvac gets taken down. That's a bit of revenge, I think, for taking down all those probes. I mean, shame. Those poor probes, all they wanted to do was mine the minerals and the gas. So still, some pretty impressive stuff by Goody, and I'm really impressed by the fact that PandaTank was able to deflect it as well as he did.
Yeah, if we look at the unit tab at the moment, though, we have only 29 probes versus 34 harvesters. That's fairly close, but when you consider that 18 workers were killed by Goody in that initial engagement, PandaTank did have an economy far above and beyond that of Goody. Goody's managed to pull out right the way back as equalizer.
Yeah, most definitely, and sort of struck a bit of fear into PandaTank's heart. I think that's probably the most important part there.
Yeah, here's my favourite site where Goody is playing. Multiple factories all being built at once. One of them already has a reactor rocking and rolling on it. We should be seeing some tech labs down on the other two as well, just to get those tanks and Thors right. Now we have this observer floating around the base of Goody. He's getting a lot of information with that.
Yep, and over in PandaTank's base, we've already got the first Colossus halfway done. That's pretty quick. We're just 11 minutes into the game. He's going to start these Colossus now pumping out. He's got 2 bases now, so he can actually support a couple of gateways with that robo facility. Does Goody know that the Colossus are coming, though? I wonder. I don't think he's going to care very much, especially with his with his heavy mech style of play.
Well, I'm really hoping he gets that 250mm strike cannon, actually. It's an upgrade to Thors, which you just very, very rarely see. It does, however, stun whatever comes into range of it. If you use that strike cannon, it stuns your opponent for, I think, 4 seconds. It stuns
yeah, that sounds about right,
if you've got Colossus that can't attack for that long, suddenly the rest of your army does so much more damage to the focus death.
Oh, well, Goody just sacrificed a Helion and actually saw absolutely everything. He saw the first Colossus, he saw that robotics bay was busy working, so he knows exactly what's up, and it looks like PandaTank's going for his 3rd now as well, and at exactly the same time, Goody throwing down his 3rd command center.
Yeah, Goody's also moving his starport over onto reactor. We should be getting double Viking out of that fairly quickly. In fact, yes, we do. We have Armory in production as well. Just the one of them at the moment, though, so we will need to be seeing plenty of upgrades being thrown out for him. I don't want to see Goody lose this game or even come close to loss just because of those upgrades or lack thereof.
Yeah, it's always so important. So Twilight Council, Forge, and that extended thermal lance is about to finish for PandaTank. He looks like he's preparing himself quite well for the fight to come. But supply-wise, Goody just a little bit ahead at the moment. Worker count, though, is pretty much exactly even. Although Goody is ahead because of those silly mules.
Well, yes, and Goody does have additional harvesters as well. That's the same differential we had at the initial attack by Goody that killed 18 of the workers of PandaTank. PandaTank moving out with a small force of stalkers just to try and take out the Hellions in the middle of the map here. We've also got upgrades coming down for PandaTank by way of Zealot length and +1 armor as well. So maybe looking at more of a Zealot heavy force by getting that armor upgrade before he gets that weapon upgrade.
It looks like Goody is most definitely rearing to go. He's gathering his tanks up, bringing those Vikings along, and he's pushing across the map. PandaTank knows, though, he's going to have to get those Stalkers out of there right now.
He will indeed. Now, we've got a few SCVs coming along with this push as well. I'm interested to see whether we're going to see any bunkers being thrown out, or whether they're just being used as like a meat shield, essentially, for the rest of the army of Goody. Now, you've got a few tanks sieging out down here.
Perhaps just a couple of missile turrets, too.
Forward.
Missile turrets are probably a good guess as well.
Yeah.
There you go. They're going down. That'll be beautiful, beautiful against those Colossus, obviously. He's got his siege tank set up, and now Goody's he's dug in here. I don't know if PandaTank's going to make the move now, and he does. Oh my goodness, the tank's already doing such amazing damage.
Indeed, and PandaTank has a massive concave there. The Vikings, though, shredding through his Colossus. Right, concave shrinking very, very quickly by the second. All of the Stalkers taken out by the siege tank, and the last Stalker goes down, and so does those Colossi. Vikings now being landed, and will be moving in on the offensive. There's no Colossi there for them, so that's the only thing they can do is of any real use.
Right now, actually, PandaTank doesn't have a single combative unit out. He's only got 53 probes, that's it. And there's the GG.